What is good? Welcome in and happy Father's Day to everybody. Welcome to the Miss Best Reviews channel. I am Mrs. Best. We do have our fabulous co-host for the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel, James here. Welcome in, James.
Hey. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Show my girl some love.
I appreciate that. This is actually a new show that we are adding to the roster because I have a bunch of shows about to go off TV. So I'm like, screw it. Let me get into the Housewives of Miami. The link to James's channel is in the description of this video, as always. So please see it, click it, subscribe to him as well. We do a variety of shows on his channel as well. Housewives of Atlanta, Housewives of Salt Lake City, which will be returning before we know it because it's almost September. Married to Medicine, what else? All the OWN shows, Family Empire Houston. He does a whole bunch, so please check it out or check out the Watch Your Mouth Reviews collapse playlist on my channel. But child, Housewives of Miami is back. I didn't recap the last few seasons because I was not an avid Miami watcher. I tuned in, caught reunions. That's about it. It took me a while to get into it. If I'm being honest, the only reason I started watching Housewives of Miami is because of Alexia. I caught her in a documentary about a huge narco boss. That's all I'm gonna say. And so I was like, huh. And she was like, and now I'm on a TV show. And so I said, let me start watching this. I saw that a few years ago and got into it. But we are gonna give it a try. Let's just dive in. We start the season with Alexia and Todd's divorce. It was big news. She's talking to Marisol about it. I don't like Marisol, y'all. I don't know why. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all this. She's funny. Like, she gives us funny punchlines and stuff, kind of like someone like Teresa Giudice or something, but something about her I just don't particularly care for. I'm sorry, y'all. I just don't. Sorry. But, you know, Alexia's talking about she never saw it coming. I never believe people with that. But she says that Todd was slowly preparing to leave her, and she learned from his son that he had left. This is a lot. So the way he left her, the way she described it, like she said they slept together and everything was good, and then he suddenly left. Now, I'm not saying the relationship was perfect. I highly doubt it was, but like to feel the need to sneak away like that, being a grown-ass man, like what did he think she was going to do? Do you know what I mean? Like, why go through all of that extra work to leave? So I thought that was weird, but when people show you they don't want you, let them go. But how do you feel about that, James?
I feel like she's scary enough. Hell, I'd leave too. No, I'm just playing. No, that is messed up. That's messed up regardless, because you at the end of the day, that's somebody you chose. So it's not like you didn't know what you was getting yourself into, or you didn't know what she was gonna end up being like. So however it happened, that was still messed up.
Yeah.
I don't care what nobody says, it's messed up. But no, I don't feel like I just feel like it's messed up, and she ain't gonna have no problem bouncing back. I hadn't heard about her through the Miami street. She ain't gonna have no problem bouncing back.
She's not at all. But you know, I get it. It's a sad thing. But they showed this like in the timeline of like a few months ago, and then we see Alexia meeting with the rest of the group later, and everyone's being very supportive. But they fast forward to a few months later, and we see Marisol and Alexia meet up again, and this is where they're discussing Lisa and Lenny and that whole situation. So Lisa now with Lenny. Lenny got engaged. Apparently Lenny done got engaged to break up, to get engaged, to break up. I can't keep up. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I cannot keep up. But Marisol and Alexia seem to think that Lisa is going to leave Jody to get back with Lenny or something crazy of that nature. And I'm just like, why do y'all? I get it, but at the same time, it's like, I wouldn't want my friends talking about me like that. Like, just be happy. Don't be trying to wish someone from the past back on me. Let people move on if they want to. Hell, that's how I feel. But everybody is different. But Marisol asked about Todd and says that she was unaware that Alexia was seeing him because they opened the episode with Marisol, you know, being there for Alexia because her and Todd broke up because he was leaving her ass. And now they seeing each other. So I can understand why that would be weird. But Alexia says she's still in love with Todd and feels that they are not done. That's, I couldn't forgive it. Could you? If someone just up and left you?
No, especially if there's no context or reason. Like, don't get me wrong, you can be with somebody and then say, okay, I don't want to be with you anymore. But the fact that you just up and leave and don't give me no type of warning signs, no, I can't respect that because
Right.
I've been in that situation, actually in that damn city. So, you know, I think it's really bad to blindside somebody when they think everything is fine. I
Yeah,
think
I
that is a
agree.
horrible thing to do to someone is to blindside them and make decisions that could affect them.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree with that. It's cruel and unusual and it impacts a person's brain and heart forever. It really does. Um, but Alexia, we'll comment on it more later because someone said something that I thoroughly agreed with later on in the episode. But we see Lisa walk in. I don't like Lisa, y'all. Um, I don't know why. I just don't really care for her. But she says when she walks in that she would never consider getting back with Lenny, which was funny because at first she made them think that she would consider it. But we learned that Alexia is going on a trip with Todd. And she says that he wanted to leave her, but after 3 weeks without her, or after 2 or 3 weeks without her, he realized he couldn't live without her. How do you go from being avid to moving yourself and your child out of her house in front of her kids, behind her back, making her think everything is good, to suddenly realizing you can't live without her? What was it that made you want to leave, bro? And I'm just wondering, like, James, is that not weird? It doesn't.
Not only is it here's the thing, not only is it weird, but it's asinine to think that you would just up and do that and then not communicate.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was happy with Marisol. She told that girl was right for the whole isn't always right for the soul.
Yeah. True.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. Because I mean, I think that's probably what it is. Ain't no way. Honestly, when I watched that documentary on Alexia with her first husband, it felt more so like that was her like person, but based on his choices for employment. Just, it didn't go the way it went and she had to move on. But you ever see someone with someone and you're like, damn, that's their person, and you just wish that they could have stayed and it just did not work out that way? That's how I felt about her. Um, but we'll see. We will see. I like Marisol for telling her that though. She said, "What's right for the whole ain't always right for your soul." I think a lot of women need to get that because being digmatized is truly a thing. Y'all can deny it all you want, but based on some of your choices
Absolutely.
as men, it's definitely a thing.
Absolutely. I knew a girl who got 3 jobs just to pay the rent because she said it was that good. And I said, girl,
Ain't no way.
ain't nothing that good for you to get to overwork yourself. She said, James, you don't know it's on the regular. And when I tell you this days, I don't even walk right and y'all don't even notice. I said, get out of here.
I
Get out of
cannot.
here. Because when I tell you I was so mad at her, because like literally we worked at the post office together, and we already had a hard job as it is, but this fool went and got 2 more jobs. She worked at Quick Trip and then Taco Bell. I was like, girl, if you don't get out of my face.
I can't. Nope. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. But I get it. I get it. I get it. That's all I'll say. Because my dad today, I was with him and he was like, I'm gonna watch your channel later. Let me be cool. Um, so Lisa is going to have a birthday party for her boyfriend Jody. And Alexia asked if Larsa's ex Marcus Jordan, Michael Jordan's son, is going to be coming. We know that they broke up. He got in some trouble with the law, had a bag of some illegal substances on him that are very popular around Miami. And their relationship hasn't been right. Marcus has not spoken positively about her at all. So Lisa says that Marcus is not going to be coming to the party, but does reveal that she saw him while out with a big group of friends. And Larsa is upset about this because Jody went around Marcus. And in my personal opinion, y'all, I do think it's childish to expect people not to go around your ex once you have broken up if you had the ex all in their face. I feel like in these people with their social status, I feel like that's a little much because they're bound to run into each other. Miami is not that damn big. So they are bound to run into each other in the same spaces. They're celebrities. It is what it is. They don't need to be friends with him, but they're going to run into the person. They may be at some events with that person. So I do feel like, okay, if that's what she's angry about, that's weird. But we saw text that Lisa revealed of Larsa, who was upset, saying that she's going to sleep with Lenny for revenge. I said, Larsa, I believe you. I believe her. Because she was fucked up to even date Michael Jordan's son. Okay? Based on who she was married to, she knew she was wrong. She shouldn't have done that. And then that boy is so much younger than her. So she had to know it wasn't going to go nowhere. So I'd like, this is why Larsa be getting on my nerves. She be so full of it. Now, I get that girl code is a thing, but the fact that you could so easily say that you'll sleep with your friend's ex just for revenge because your friend's man was seen with your ex and posted it, that's too much for me. That's too much for me. I don't know, but Lisa was weird too because she feels like Larsa should talk to Jody, not her, about the issue. But it's weird to address someone's man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's weird. Like, if James's fiance did something to me that offended me, I'm not going to go and confront him. I'm going to talk to my friend about it calmly first. Because going and confronting your friend's spouses, it don't always work out the best way. You don't know that everybody always act right. And if you think that they do, you don't know how it's going to be when you play with somebody they love or claim. So that's my opinion on that. How'd you feel about it, James?
This is Larsa we're talking about. So I'm gonna let y'all people know right up front, right here on Front Street. I do not like this lady.
Oh, I don't
I
either.
think I think she is horrible. I
Mm-hmm.
think she is very classless, and I feel like she's very disgusting. Point blank, end the period. This whole thing of her getting mad about someone going and being in close proximity of Marcus. Is it Marcus that she was with?
Yeah.
Yeah, lady, you have lost your mind. First of all, Miami circles are small, or smaller than LA circles. So
Yep.
of course he's gonna run into him at some point. He has a big name, and there's only so many places in Miami that you can actually be at to be unrecognized. So of course he's going to go and be in the same circle. Who cares? And so what if he shook his hand or had some sort of communication? So what? Nobody owes you anything. Did you have that same loyalty to Scotty before you started dating that man?
Mm.
Oh, okay. I didn't think so. So get out of here with that. What else
Okay.
happened? I missed the part you brought up in the scene.
That was really it. They were just talking. You pretty much covered it.
Oh, okay. I thought I missed something. No, but
No.
she pissed me off with all that because it was like, who are you again? I'm like that dude that called her out on social media. Why don't you go back to your maiden name?
Child. She knows
Since
what
you
she's
want to,
doing with that last name. She
yeah,
knows exactly what she's doing
absolutely. And
with
she
that last
reminded me of
name.
the one that dated who's one of the Jacksons kids. That lady that was on TV that Ayala had to get together. You know that
Child.
last name got a whole lot of benefits. She goes, I don't benefit from being a Jackson. There's no benefit. I'm like, you was a fool
Yes,
for
there
saying
is. You a
there's a
goddamn
huge
lie.
benefit to being a Jackson. Just like there's a huge benefit to being a Pittman. So I like that man say, lady, go back to your maiden name.
She won't. She won't. And it's the Larsa be trying to act like she ain't had plastic surgery too, which be irritating me because if you look at pictures from her back then to now, girl, bye. But moving forward, we get to Julia. I don't really care for Julia, y'all. I just don't. Never have. Julia reveals that her and her wife, who's a tennis legend, got a call and two babies needed a home. And so we learned that Martina is cancer free. God bless her for that. Seriously, because a lot of people struggling with that. So God bless her for being cancer free. But they got two small kids. I think they said 3 and 5, something small. They're brothers. I love when kids are able to be adopted together if they're siblings. But Julia complains about Gertie's behavior. And just so everybody knows, I do like Gertie. I just do. And she says she's taking a step back in the friendship. But when Julia was explaining it, I was like, okay, girl, she ain't done shit to you. I was trying to be like nice and positive. I struggled with making the notes to recap this. But, and now, especially in real time, since the episode is aired, like we know that Julia's full of shit. But I'm like, even in this like scene, like, what did she do to you? Like, okay, you got your two babies. What did she do to you? Hi, Morgan. Welcome in. Morgan said, I don't care for Julia either. She gets on my nerves. And it is fake. It is very, very fake. And we're going to talk about it. And I'm kind of glad. So for those new to the channel, I'm in graduate school. I work full time. So I was supposed to have this recap up on, I believe, Thursday. But I was a little late. But I'm glad I was, because Gertie has dropped receipts proving just this right here, that Julia's faking a fallout with her for a storyline, and that's shady. I don't like people like that, because I'm one of those people where if I call you a friend, you could call me once in a year. If I call you a friend, I will accept it. I will love you. I will be loyal to you. I'm not gonna switch up on you. But Julia, I just can't. And I hate her haircut. The add to it. Oh, thank you.
We appreciate you. Thank you.
You caught a live. Maybe we need to be
Yes, we
doing
have to be
live at
caught.
different times.
Julia did this because her check was on the line. That's the reason. If we really that, and she couldn't be for Larsa because that wouldn't make sense. So of course Gertie would have been the other obvious choice to do it with, because one, she could, if this goes the way it's supposed to go, which Gertie is not no fool. She knows that she can angry black woman her and give her that stereotype easily. So that's why she's doing it with Gertie versus doing it with someone like Larsa, who would be the other problematic person here. But
Larsa, I cannot stand her.
Yeah,
Larsa
that's what I'm saying.
and
that's why I'm saying it would have been easier to be for Larsa. I feel like she just picked the wrong person.
She did. She did. She did.
Because that's exactly who I would have went after if it was me. It's like I would have went after Larsa. Because Larsa has all of these rules for everybody as if she's some Queen Sheba of a different country or something. Like, it's crazy.
She don't follow not one damn rule for nobody.
Right.
For nobody. For absolutely nobody. It irks my soul. But she should have went after Larsa, because nobody like Larsa anyway. Larsa, I'm going to just tell y'all, Larsa is the reason I was not recapping this show prior. I cannot stand her, but I'm gonna give it a try.
Larsa can't. The reason why Larsa could have been likable, but she can't. Oh, hold on, I got siren, y'all.
James moved. He's now on the main street. I'm cracking up at how smooth it was. He said, "Oh, hold up, I got a siren." But yeah, I think a lot of people miss Dr. Nicole. I was not. I'm just kind of looking at the cast.
She was okay. I'm not. Dr. Nicole was okay to me. I wasn't too. She didn't do anything for, at least in my opinion, that was just so wow. And she got shit to lose. So that's why I guess, she didn't do all of that. Yeah, like,
maybe
I totally
to Medicine Miami. I'm just saying, because Miami has some of the best healthcare, plenty of doctors, plenty of plastic surgeons.
But like I was saying with Larsa, though, Larsa came on this show acting like she was all high and mighty, and and she just took that glorification that she was, the ex-wife of, this basketball legend, and that she gets into every room. And at the time, she was friends with Kim Kardashian, and so she just really just came off like she was just it, and it was like, so, and
right. I love that. So, Dr. Nicole used to read Alexia and Marisol. Yeah, the rest of them, I don't feel like they will accordingly. Maybe Gertie if she feel like she got time, but Dr. Nicole needs another show. I feel like doctors and housewives, it's always going to be a struggle. They definitely need their own space. I feel like Miami would be a great place. I never understood why they did Married to Medicine LA. I wish they would have done one in Miami personally.
Because they got all the plastic surgeons down there. So I
Right.
mean, I don't understand. Especially their wives could definitely come on the show. So I don't know why they wouldn't do a Married to Medicine in Miami. I think that actually would be killer. But it could be also that there's not enough black physicians out there. So maybe, I mean,
But
ones
that's
that are
okay. We've got Married to Medicine Atlanta, RHOA. Like, I understand we have to be inclusive with diversity, but we're doing a Married to Medicine and that's not what's out there, then that's not what's out there. Hell. I'm just saying. It'd be good. I love Miami. Like, for TV. I need to get there. But everybody I know who does business
uh,
Miami be telling me, Amina, girl, it ain't worth it. I'd be like, oh,
no, that's a lie. It is absolutely worth it. When I tell y'all I miss living there, I miss it so, so much. As I say, Gio not moving to no Miami. He told me straight out, we is not moving to no Miami.
really?
So,
Come
yes,
on,
he ruled
Gio.
that he ruled out Miami, Atlanta, he ruled out New York.
Atlanta.
Yeah, I can't go no child. He said, depending on how cold DC get, we probably ain't gonna be there either. I said, well, goddamn. All the places I want to go, you shoot them down.
Gio, bring him back to California. Bring him close to me. And then we can figure it out
Don't tell him he
together.
loves California. Don't tell him that because I ain't trying to
Come
that
on,
expensive
boo. I'm
shit.
saying it on record, on the live.
Child,
Right.
please, we're gonna be in a little shack. I'm telling you,
My dad just told me today that
right off of Meekland.
he,
Watch.
he want to get the hell out of the United States. I said, "Oh Jesus, I can't." But let's get back into the show, y'all. Lisa and Jody are planning to move in together. I could give a flying fuck. They discuss his birthday party, which is clearly something for the show. Jody says she's not going to invite Marcus. I guess she wants a round of applause. I don't have one to give, so maybe someone in the comments will type some hands out for her or something. What? I don't care. Does anyone care? Tell me, and y'all could tell me if you disagree with me. I totally will hear y'all. I just don't care that they moving in together. I don't.
Well,
James?
no, because I'm
Nope.
like, okay, good for you. It's like, what is that?
She is, I can't stand her. And I thought it was just me. That's another reason I was scared to recap this show. Because I was like, some of the people I don't like, when I be looking online, I'm like, maybe it's just me. But I can't stand her. She make my teeth itch like in real time. Ugh. And the dude seems a little shady. That's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm. I
He's
know
shady.
some. Yeah, let me tell. As I said, I used to live in that city. He most definitely looks shady. Like she should be questioning some things.
Mm,
But once again, she's pretentious, so it's kind of like she's
yeah.
not going to question anything. So
I just can't. I can't. Now, Larsa has her mama in town, her only friend, and she's telling us like small things about her breakup with Marcus. I don't know. I was not surprised that Larsa and Marcus broke up. If you were surprised that Larsa and Marcus broke up, please tell me why. I would love to hear it. Genuinely. I wasn't surprised. I felt like she was shady as hell to do that. To Michael and Scotty. That's all I'm gonna say. But she just had to know it wouldn't have worked. That's all I can say. And she explains that she's annoyed with Lisa for following and interacting with Marcus. Let me tell y'all, Larsa's mom could not give a flying you know what about any of it because she didn't have much to say on any of it. And I'm like, okay, you're upset about your breakup, but I feel like Larsa's bullshit. And I feel like she's acting more upset about this breakup so that she can look like she has a reason to be upset with Lisa. Um,
to me, you know why that mama didn't look like she didn't give a fuck is because to me, she one of them. Why go after the calf where you can have the full cow?
mm,
Meaning that why go after Marcus when you probably could have had Michael? Like, why did she? Her mama gives me like the time, like, why is you settling for less when you could have more? Kind of. That's what she gives me. I don't know why. I don't know why when I looked at that lady. That's why she looked like that. She looked like the type that just
She
says,
did though for a split second that had would have
"Yeah." It's
crossed
like I'm
my
looking.
mind.
Like I wish I could have took a picture of her face when she was explaining it. There was a certain part where that mama just looked at her and was like,
Girl,
why
you
is we
messed
having
up
this
from the jump.
conversation? Yeah, like why is we having this conversation? Because I told you, you gonna leave Scotty, they gonna get with somebody who can got half of Scotty's income without his parent. Come on now.
I can't.
That's
I can't.
exactly what that mama said. And she just didn't say it on camera
With
because she
her
don't want to
face,
go gold digger.
she did. She said you get she had to look like you get all this work for it. That's who you with for. She sure did.
She did. Yeah,
She
that's
did.
exactly the look she gave. And to me, I ain't mad at that because I agree. Lady, you was in your 50s. Like you could have had that boy. So I don't want to have to. I can't do Larsa, y'all, but her mama was funny though.
She was. She was. I'm here for any scene with her mama in it. She gonna eat the food, get the benefits, and look at her daughter like she a fool, but she grown. I can't do shit. Um, Gertie and Kiki are who we see next on a yacht. Gertie says she has had 6 surgery, 4 rounds of chemo. Cancer is a bitch. But I respect anybody who fights to go through it. It's just a lot when you think about it. But she looked good. Her body was bodying, even in spite of it all. But she is doing a little bit better. We also see Adriana arrive on this yacht. She's dating a French man. Everybody gets to discuss Alexia. And Adriana said something that being from California, where we have a huge Hispanic and Latin population, she said that Latin women have a bad habit of forgiving their men too much. And I'm around a lot of Hispanic people out here in California, and I do see that a lot. They do be forgiven, but all races be forgiving men for shit they probably shouldn't in different ways. But I'll just say Adriana said it, not me. But how'd you feel about that, James?
Because I am also from California and I live in Phoenix, where that is something that I do see a lot. Where they forgive infidelity, they forgive gambling issues, they forgive a lot. I think that a lot of them are conditioned to put men on pedestals, no matter how grimy or slimy they may be. They're taught to worship them regardless of what they do. Because I told y'all this story, not on Mrs. Best Challenge. I told y'all I worked with a lady whose husband had 3 kids on her, and the way she found out is that the lady brought the kids to his doorstep at their home and said, "These are his kids. Here they go. I'm gone."
Oh, damn. That's horrible.
Ain't that horrible? And being the lady that she is, she took in them babies because she told me she had 7 kids. And I said, damn, that's a lot of kids. So she goes, well, 4 I've actually given birth to, and 3 were my husband's side children. And she said it, and when she said it, she said it so casually, just how I said it. It was like, oh no. So yeah, they're taught to very, like Morgan D says, censor the men to where they're on pedestals. Like they can do no wrong, even though they move wrong. They
Yeah.
can, be the best because they have a job, even though they come home and mess up the house. Or they can do no wrong and they cheat. That's okay as long as the lady don't come around me. That's how they think. So it's like, no, that's really ridiculous and stupid, but whatever.
Child. Yeah, that is sad, but it is something true. Morgan is right, very male centered. It's that way. But hey, every culture is different, but that could definitely be it. Now we get to this birthday party for Jody, and Gertie arrives and she speaks nicely to Julia. And Julia and Martina acted like it was just so animated. It annoyed me. It was petty and it was dumb. And Lisa and Larsa also see each other. And Larsa says that Lisa did not call or text her. And, Larsa still reached out to Lisa. And it seemed like at first when Larsa came, I was like, okay, I can see where you're coming from. Like, you shouldn't have to reach out to somebody else to feel supported or to question them about something that they did. So I do get that part for Larsa, but I didn't understand. Like, it just seemed like Lisa was trying to lie and protect and cover up and do whatever to keep her man like out of it. you shouldn't expect your man to just be addressing women, Lisa. Like, woman up, explain, just verbatim. They said hello. We were at the event. I didn't understand why Lisa couldn't explain her side of things the way that she explained it when she was talking to the other ladies earlier in the episode. But she's weird. But I couldn't focus on that because Adriana and that French man was talking dirty to each other in another language in front of everybody. And then they start putting each other's tongues in each other's mouths and swapping spit and all that. I said, why don't y'all just leave? Just leave or go to the bathroom. You know, let him get his little 3 pumps in and come back out. Get it out your system. Something. James, I'm all for PDA. But he asked her, he said, how many times are you going to, you know what me? And he said, how many times you want me to? I said, oh, Lord. Then the next thing you know, they was hot and heavy. Let me get to France.
Let me not, because that's too much. Like, because the thing about it is, regardless of what I am at work, why is you doing all this and stuff? And
okay, Adriana and that man was so random.
They are. They're extremely random, and then it's also not like appeasing because they look at how he. Never mind. I'm going off center. I'm sorry, but it was just looking at that scene. I just was like, ugh.
I cannot. I just cannot. Now, away from the nastiness. Now, sitting off to the side, Gertie says that she feels like she is on the outs. She was sitting next to Martina and says that she feels like she's on the outs and mentions the thing that Julia is supposedly upset about. She says she missed the announcement of them adopting the 2 kids because she was having issues with the link. And, you know, since this is aired, you know, Gertie did post receipts proving that she was right. She had to drop off the link, but she also said on the show that she had to go because she was working and going into an appointment, which is also a reason to accept it. But if someone dropped off, you could have easily just sent her a link. But since then, Gertie has posted receipts showing that she texted her like, oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't get back in. And then this bitch Julia responds like, oh, it'll be up soon. You'll be able to see it. Like, why would you go so far to make your friend feel like they have to go and wait on social media like the rest of the world? Like, that's rude. And again, I go back to Morgan D's comment where it really just seems like Julie is faking a fallout with Gertie so that she can have a moment and keep her job. It's stupid. It's something so stupid. Why are you so angry, even if Gertie did drop off the call and didn't check back in? So the fuck what? I understand having a kid or adopting a kid is a big deal. But if this was such a close friend, you would have called her separate from these women to tell her. Or you would have sent her a text like, oh, the announcement was this. It looked like a setup, in my opinion.
It is a setup. And here's the thing. Gertie is going through a lot on her own. So the fact that you think that she should have this allegiance to make sure she catches up with you is crazy to me when you know she's going through a lot.
This woman is having surgery after surgery.
Right.
And dealing with her own stuff. And even if she wasn't, she has her own life. To be on a show like this, I'm sure that they have constant meetings, constant things, whatever the hell. But why is someone dropping off a Zoom call and then following up with you to try and get back in? Why is that even something to be upset about? How is that offensive? How the fuck was she supposed to know what you were going to tell her? I mean, this is not going to work out in Julia's favor at all.
It's not. And the problem is that I feel like we're going to have a full season of this. And I'm not here for this. I'm just not.
Not DM Rocks.
DM Rocks, please don't tell me that. Because now I can't wait to get to episode 4, and we only on episode 1.
If this is the true reason that she does that, the bitch must want to be canceled and fired. People like this.
When I tell you she's gonna get red for absolute filth, if I see that.
across the
And this
YouTube
is the
world.
reason why, and Gertie didn't say nothing disrespectful or something that triggered. Oh yeah, we gonna have some problems. We gonna on episode 4 when this recap on Mrs. Best channel, and I'm gonna come on camera for this one. It better not happen. It better not be because of this. I'm just saying, Gertie better had to have done something.
She better do something to her. But at this point, if that's what you mad at me about, and that's what you're giving me the cold foot on, if we was really friends, you should have talked to me, not acted away, and then pushed me to feel like a common like fan or something. Like Julia did too much. Like James said, she should have went for somebody like Larsa, who people would have enjoyed seeing squirm. It's comfort Gertie, especially at this
Yeah,
time. It was
especially if
not
you
right.
throwing drinks on people. Yes, definitely aim that direction towards Larsa. That would have been the perfect time to
Because if
see her and
Gertie's
that
black ass,
gig.
if she throw a drink on any of these women, I guarantee the law will end up involved somehow, or somebody will end up suspended.
Absolutely. Or she'd have
So
got fired from the show.
right, hot mess.
Because she doesn't have because Gertie doesn't have the Heather Gay treatment. So,
She doesn't. Yeah. Lord, I don't know how Heather's still on TV looking the way she look in the face. I'm
I don't
I'm
know
with
how
Barry.
Heather, no, I ain't even gonna attack her looks like that. I'm gonna say, I don't know how Heather is on TV when she was a full liability to a human resources of a big network. I don't know how she still has a job. But
Child.
y'all want to say white privilege doesn't exist in the world?
It
Okay.
does.
Okay. There's the proof right there that it does, but okay.
Lord. Now the episode goes from crazier to crazy. These women did well for a season premiere. I will say that. Larsa says to Lisa to remember who was there for her when she was going through a hard time, and says that she should check in with her friends more. I say, here go this passive aggressive stuff. Girl, just say how you really feel. And Larsa wants loyalty, which I do agree you want loyalty from your friend, but she showed you you're not going to get it, Larsa, so get over it. But I also feel like if you feel this way about your men when you go through breakups and you date the way you date, then stop bringing them around your friends in this show. But
And stop
Larsa
dating
starts
men who have statuses and who can get in certain places that these other people can get in.
facts.
It's just why don't you date somebody normal? In Miami, they got plenty of them. They got plenty of people that don't go to the same social events as the other people go. They have
Yep.
plenty of people that don't go to the polo event that Marcus Jordan, I'm sure, goes to. So you can pick somebody else that doesn't go to these same things and just date somebody normal. But that's not what you want. You want somebody. See, I feel like to me, she ain't really with him for the money and status. She with him because she hot in the ass and ready to. That's just what I feel like it is. But here,
The hot mess. I could not. I could not. Larsa's just a mess, but things go from bad to worse. Larsa starts talking about Lisa's sex life. Um, she made a good point in saying that Jody has never spoken to Marcus before, though. And I'm like, Larsa has a point because Larsa's trying to allege that the only reason Jody is hanging out with Marcus is because of Marcus's last name. I said, because birds of a feather flock and think together, Larsa, because that's how you be thinking. But she probably does have a point if they truly had never hung out prior to the breakup. But Larsa ends up calling Lisa a bitch. And after she says that Larsa faked the breakup with Marcus. Here's the thing. Marisol tried to explain to Lisa she was wrong to say that. I don't think it's right to tell someone they faked a breakup. You really don't know if you wasn't in their stuff. But to say that someone faked a breakup because of this issue, which to me is stupid, is dumb. I think Lisa's shallow. She's insufferable. I think Larsa's shallow and also insufferable. I'm here for the two having a beef, but then I'm not. I can't stand Larsa or Lisa, and I don't want to see them get more camera time if I'm being honest. Oh God, but
it just seems like when they renewed their contracts and they revealed their storylines, we just got the mosh posh of the different things that shouldn't have been. Like, why are these two beefing again? We don't know.
It was stupid. That was the episode, y'all. I thought it was a good season premiere. Let me catch the comments I missed. DM Rock said, I heard Adriana had Gertie's back, and that made Julia mad, apparently. Probably. I don't like Julia. I don't like her haircut. I don't care for her story. She's kind of boring. I think people cast it like Julia are kind of why some of these housewife franchises die. Like we need someone who's calmer, but we also need someone entertaining. I'm glad that they were able to adopt the babies, but to take the kids that you adopted and loop them into any sort of a storyline to also betray a friend is too much. If she'll do that for TV, like what else will you do? You just adopted these kids and you using the announcement of them as a way to have a fake beef. Trash. Can't stand her. James, did you want to add anything?
No, this was a really good season premiere episode. I'm actually excited to see where this goes, and we will definitely be here for episode 4 when that situation happens because I can't wait to see how it unfolds.
Right. We got a couple of cliffhangers. We waiting to see Jackie and her daughter fight. We waiting to see the drink on Gertie. We hopeful. We gonna wait for some things. But I appreciate the people who are here watching. I didn't expect for anybody to watch because it is a show that we have not recapped on the channel before. But I'm so glad to see people here. We will continue to recap the Housewives of Miami every week. I only did it on Sunday this week because I was behind. But we normally recap shows the day after they air, so be on the lookout for that. We appreciate all of you. Please see the link in the description of the video to James's channel. We are now going to go into our third and final recap for Never Ever Met.
Yay! I'll see
Happy
you guys
Father's
later.
Day to everybody as well. Adios.